Hello? We're flock flip. No, we're not flock flipping. I fucking already. We're feedbacking. Okay. We're in the void for right now, though. With no light but my face. Some say this is what the afterlife looks like. I say they should reassess their beliefs. I'm so good, Percy. Appreciate seeing your faces here. Percy, real. And is that the real Mr. Donkey Donk? Oh my god. It's been a minute, man. No, But hey guys. Dudes cannot put their hair in a bun anymore. Okay. We'll get the window on screen. And we will determine if it sounds clean. We'll also get the chat. Let's see if the chat works this time. Praying to Jesus. Jesus is real. Make the chat work. Jesus is real. Confirmed. You saw it here live. I like it. This sample. Alright. Okay. Okay, what are my thoughts on this? Can you guys tell me? See, like, with the arrangement, it was clear I was told the story. Or with the structure. But with the density of the arrangement, I'm not sure who's who. I'm not sure where one character ends and the next begins. You got the source and all. Okay. So I feel like this can be sauced with like crisper bass processing, so they really feel forward and like apparent. Because I don't think the layers are too crazy. It's just I want the basses to shine and to hit your face with no remorse, but a level of politeness. Okay. So right now they sound very clippy, very distorty, right? Like I would dial that back a bit in the processing. And also, underneath all of it, I would push sub more and have that sub feel in tandem with the bass. I think that help push some of the bass flows through. Another thing is you're still on the low BPM, which I support. Okay, I support you. You're happy, bro. No, bro. The thing is, you have these really long phrases. Right? Long bar, kind of like a flow here. You know, but more or less like by the time it goes to wop 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 wah and gets back to the wop 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 wah, like you're varying the wop 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 wah, which would be more accepted if it didn't take so long to return, you know? So it almost sounds like the phrase doesn't hook you because they're drawn out, and by the time they repeat, they're already varied. So there's nothing to latch on to, you know? Like actively listening, you can hear the phrase, but that's expecting a lot from your listener. You know what I mean? So I guess I answered, do the basses sit right in the mix? Is the flow defined enough? I spoke on that, just more repetition with it. Instead of like varying every way around, you can even just repeat it. And the thing is, even still, like the kind of long sustained basses kind of affect my vibe. Not in a positive way, no. Like nothing's driving through that, you know. It could be the kind of drums, you know, the dynamics could be even more intense, but it almost feels like bwap 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 stop, bwap 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 stop. Like just hit the go, bro. Give me a green light. Sub level, I would say, yeah, more and more harmonics to push it out. Overall mix, I don't think is bad. If anything, I feel like you can bring back a little bit of the wash. Yeah, even a little flutter. I agree. This is crazy Chimera lore. The heightism. If you're wondering where to send your song for feedback, you have wondered too late. There's a Discord link in the description, the feedback channel. You submit your track there, along with questions. But alas, I am cutting off the submission as we speak. Hi, Bandish. Okay, Hokey Boy. Gnarled whip. All right, let's see how gnarly this is. Right, yeah, right. Le mute. I think Koki's on one right now. But as his eternal #1 hater of all time, throughout all history, all reincarnations, all cycles, it's the mix. They're like arrangement wise and just riff wise, variation sounds, like I'm pleased. Like you check my boxes and check them well. But I think just the mix is a limiting factor. It didn't strike me as volume levels from the basses all over the place. I guess another thing a bit on the sound design, like you have a lot of noise on a lot of basses, and the noise real stereofied. Like he up in my ear tickling me with a brush. And I did not sign up for this ASMR. I don't know. Mix on the basses, it feels like high-end heavy, I guess. And a little much on the sub. And actually, on bass volume, like this saw guy could be fucking stupid loud. So I retract my previous statement. I don't know. Maybe my rhetoric of scoop mids, boost highs has gone too far. And one by one, I'll try to repair the damage. You just do a little as a treat. Massive hater. Okay, but just mix and processing on the basses is what's holding it back for the most part. And maybe like hats a little bit, I don't know. That's picky. Mix and processing on the basses, kind of sub level. And just like cohesion between those two. Oh, you worked in audio. I hate that. No. I don't work in audio a lot because I'll be tweaking shit till the day I die. And beyond that. In my hallucinatory visions beyond the grave. Just because I want to be able to go back and like perfect something in the mix even beyond. And sometimes if I stack things too much in audio, then if I overprocess, there's no turning back. And I think it's easier to like build something right the first time than like, you know, fuck it up. But nonetheless, I still fuck with audio a bit. And if it's a workflow that hits, there it is. But that's part of the reason I don't. Mostly kind of mixing nerd shit. But that's still, I don't think that changes the processing. Like practically, since we want practicality, like turn down that erosion, I guess. Bring up the gnarly saw. Bring up the stereo on that. Watch the levels of distortion. Like, I mean, it's probably just my taste, I guess. I mean, it all fucking is, okay? You get it now? Okay. But like turn down the dry wet on some distortions. Bring up stereo width on that gnarly bass. Bring down the stereo width on the hiss sound. Bring down the sub. Kind of like boost the mids. in some aspect, like I don't know, phasers, like kind of like some fun notch peak treatment. Get them rich and creamified, okay? These are two great qualities to have, and pretty much anything. So stay up. Oh. Plus or minus 90. That one. We spitting as well. No, real world tour, bro. Real has been fucking onto something. Like there's just a shift that happened, and the sauce within him was just unleashed, and floods the feedback stream at regular intervals, 10:30 every Friday. Like and subscribe. No, I don't know. I mean, it speaks for itself. Just melodic sound design from top to bottom. Great arrangement. Right amount of layers, structured well. Something that one of the first things that came to my mind though is in this break, you have this lead kind of speaking truth for a minute, for lack of a better word. Okay. But I want that lead to maybe be like an octave higher, or just I want to sound really upfront, because I feel like this is kind of an emotional feeling moment. And also, 12 matter. Thank you. Thank you. Okay, I just had to get that away. But I don't know. I want the lead. I guess an octave up would give it the more forward feeling. It just feels like it feels not confident. He's kind of sitting in the back. He's like boo 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 boo. You know, I want to. Okay, or whatever the fuck that's supposed to be. I want to feel like this lead has had a hard life and is screaming its fucking heart out. Okay, no, it doesn't need to be that intense. I don't think that's the vibe, but I want it to feel singing. Okay, feel singing. But for stuff that actually matters, the rhythms and drop one flowing well. Also, I mentioned it, but that one, where is it? Yeah. I like him. I think the rhythms and drop one are flowing. It's boppable. They're not typical flows, but I feel like they're moving forward. Funny thing. Yeah, and I think the patches really do flow in and out of each other, and that's what I think is a big strength of it. And you can hear those subtle layers too. That's crazy. Okay. Here's my scalding hot take though. No, it's not scalding hot. That gives it a little too much credit. But it's like something about the kind of detuned saw sound, especially, and just the sawiness in some place. I feel like the sound palette could, I don't know, now when I frame it like this, it's not very scalding hot at all. Like, it could use more just kind of like mid-range stuff and less focus on a lot of sawy brightness. I feel like that can give it a much more like emotionally heavy tone, you know? And with that, maybe like kind of like sampled sounds and all that. Like, I'm not saying ditch the saws. It's just like see what kind of like, I don't know, like more like warm tones you can create from it, and see what kind of other timbres you can bring in. Just because, like, you know, I'm imagining just like almost a darker version that just feels a little more weighty. Okay. But that's me. That's in my brain. Okay. There's a lot of brains out there. I wouldn't say there's any part too much going on. I think like your arrangement kind of prioritizes different elements pretty well. But moments like that lead right here is when I want to hear things a little more forward. You know, it's like I can hear all the members of the band, but sometimes like I just want that like guitarist to step a little more forward on a solo. I don't know. Mix things on drop one. More kick. Less hat, maybe. And more mids. getting your tracks to look more like bricks. I feel like this is a reasonable look for this kind of track, kind of arrangement. I mean, more bricks is just more compression, more limiting. So just turn down the threshold on shit, turn up the gain, and you'll get that, guaranteed. I mean, really though. It's just that's easier said than done, and just push it to compression, push it to limiting, push it to clipping as much as you can without it sounding like shit. And that kind of summarizes like loudness in a sentence, or at least the challenge of it, the negotiation. Okay. Can't get this. Where is he right? Something I like with saws, I personally don't use airy saws a lot. You know, and I had a huge future bass era, so I can remark on this. Era is a strong word, but okay, at a phase. All right, a phase. And I always found myself liking the saw stacks that have like a mid bass underneath it following, and the saw stacks that have lower, like mid range chord voices, you know, just to make it sound like fucking thick and like just like meat, the meat saws, okay? Like there's time for the airy saws, but there's time for the meat saws. And maybe if you're trying to make this a big climax at the end, gotta bring out the meat saw. Okay, start hacking away. All right. But that's my take. No, you do hear it in flux. And kind of thing. So another argument against saws. No, I mean, I was just for saws a minute ago, against making everything saws. Okay, just a few things saws. I feel like this lead you have is blending into the chord flutters. And maybe I feel like the fact it's kind of smooth on the attack and just a kind of warm timbre. I still don't know. I still haven't resolved mentally which one it is. It makes it sound not super energetic with the saws, and it makes kind of blend in. So like maybe if there's something pluckier, like bounce down on like a little distorted, whatever the fuck, and distinct in timbre. Okay, you fucking get what I mean. Okay, then we'll cook. Then we will cook even further. Like right now, like it's a whole meal, and I'm feasting. But we're going for the Michelin star. Fuck it. That you on the bars? Okay. No, I just like this. I won't say the S word. Stupid. No, I just feel that influence in terms of like it's just like minimal, beat heavy, deep and raw. How to like. But you're asking, you like the vinyl distortion, but kind of fucks with stuff at the same time. My practical production take is, I mean, first thing, obviously, like dry wet it. Okay. And beyond that, I would maybe run it in parallel. So have the audio effect rack, one with vinyl, one with the clean. Okay. And then on the dirty vinyl, you just keep processing that shit. Like almost to the point you're trying to just reinvent it. So like put the heavy vinyl distortion, then just like OTT it. Or like EQ it really heavy. Or that's it. Those are the two effects I know as a dubstep producer. Alright, you can saturate it again with something else. Like, I don't know. But I think like parallel processing and really getting specific on the vinyl distortion processing, the way to negotiate that. Also, it might not be bad to try to play with other distortions, like I don't know, get Trash 2 on there or something, and try to almost recreate the vinyl distortion. And what that could let you do, it can let you go to like each component of the distortion and tweak it individually. You know, so you recreate the vinyl distortion, and then all of a sudden, you have a vinyl distortion, but with moving parts. You can go back and mess it. Okay. I've never frowned on OTT. I frown on excess, but I too frown on lack. Maflock represents moderation in all things. Start meditating and shit. I don't know. Okay. Anything else? You're right. Real's right. It worked too. No, I agree. I almost never use 100 amount OTT. I seldom have it on 100. That's not true. talking 100 time. 100 amount? No way. 100 time? Maybe. I don't know. Sub-levels debatable. Alright, fuck this dude. I don't know. I like this that the sub is like boofing shit. It's part of the vibe, but I'm not feeling the rest of the instrumental as richly as I desire. For speaking my desires. Clap, cool. But when I hear a clap that's stereo and like texture-y, I feel like I want the kick and the hats to also have that flavor. And also, since it's so bare bones, have bones because he's okay. I'd almost imagine a little more percussive sauce or just something to set it apart, set it out there. Little fill moments could be fun. When in doubt, fill it out. And also, like, speaking on percussion on beats, something I've noticed as I try to make more beat type stuff, like everything gotta be percussive. Everything gotta be very tight rhythmic, you know, as much as it is melodically. Like, I'm speaking like melodic elements, you know, because like this is the sample, but if we have boom, instead of you know, the second like sounds like it's been fucking gross speeded, I guess. But that kind of stuff adds up to the rhythm. But don't always only think rhythmically about percussion. A lot of time, the best melodic elements, the best chord harmony elements are set apart because they are also sauced rhythmically. So there's my message. Like and subscribe for more content. Visit buntingmusic.com. Easy but underworld. might be my favorite from you. This is like that lead alone got me feeling something. The pick two, ooh, I'm immersed. This bass line, I kind of like the progression out of it. But once again, I'm requesting harmony. Especially because you have a nice melody, you have a nice bass line. I think if you just build some little extended chords off the bass line, it's a whole new element in your arrangement to exploit. For real, like, message to everyone, lay out MIDI, lay out a bunch of MIDI, because little melodic ideas, right, a foundation and a progression and a bass line, those are things you can just copy and paste through all types of sounds. And that's how I do my arrangements a lot. You know, I have the chords, I know what they are, but just switching it to a new sound does so much for you. Even more so when the MIDI's so beautiful, you're guaranteed it's gonna fucking hit. Okay? Like, what were all these classical composers doing? Right? They didn't have synths. They wrote MIDI by hand. And here you are. You can only put one note, and they made it this easy for you. Who are you? This dude's on a roll, but in the worst of ways. Percy guy. No, you're right. Clams Casino, Ivy Lab. What? Who the fuck allowed this? Who the fuck allowed Microsoft to open random shit? Okay? I will give them props. This is a cute picture of some bears. They're getting real wet in the water. But I don't want to use the Bing. We cannot feed the singularity. Okay. Disclaimer. Okay. What the fuck I was saying, though, long story short, music theory, MIDI on your track. Don't leave it at just a bass line and the melody, even though that's excellent. Give it some chords. You know, you can take those chords, switch different sounds, mess with different patches, play them in different rhythms. You can even arpeggiate it. That's a huge layer to have. Okay, but back on topic. Other shit. Your kick weird. Alright, is Toy Box, is that like an argument to not learn music theory? Is that the... Alright, we're in this together, bro. I'll keep my eye out. Okay, kick weird, it's like stereo, a little chunky, a little up. I like this extra percussion shuffle. Just build it up more melodically. Long story short, kind of watch the kick. Like, just watch for quirkiness, okay? Because like, I'm all for being quirky, but once you have your quirked up moment, you got to step back and say like, did I quirk too hard? You know, but like, don't never be quirky. Okay. No, just like with stuff with the kick, it's like, just like interesting, like mixing thing, right? It's something we're not used to. You know, you could argue like experimental stuff, but at the same time, you step back and be like, okay, it's kind of taking my attention. It's kind of cutting, slicing me through the vibe I'm trying to absorb from bass and the melody. No, you're right. No, like quirk hard, but then you gotta take some time to de-quirk, okay? But then you gotta quirk again. This is the cycle of life. Some might say it's like a pendulum. go pendulum. Like, yeah, I'm fucking all over the place. Feedback. No more jokes. No more being funny. Your question. I find myself never being able to create a bass pattern to work with the atmosphere I'm trying to create. Too fast or too slow. I don't know the keys. Need to learn music theory. Oh, so perfect. I'm already roasting you for something I didn't even know I was supposed to be. No, and in terms of bass pattern, like right now you just have this kind of like arp, like you know, just eighth notes, whatever, 16th. Okay, I don't count. But you can just write any kind of bass line like you would an 808. You know, when you're hitting an 808 just on one note, you go. You know, you can go. You know, really, like this kind of goes back to the rhythmic point earlier. Think of it almost as completely percussion, you know, and just have it happen to switch to your notes, you know, and then, you know, it's easier said than done because I think my mind works different on different elements of the arrangement. But if anything, make like a kick pattern and align your kind of bass hits to that, you know. And don't underestimate the bass rhythm because that's really fucking important. Brain. Because if it's just pulsing, boom, 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 that's a way different feel than if it's bouncing, you know, or if it's just sustaining. And that changes a lot. Bass. I also realized, I was like, what is this? You have like a sub kind of hitting at the same time of like this bass arp. But even then with the sub, it sounds like it doesn't have an attack, so it's hard to be like boom, boom. But you can kind of change notes, you know. Boom, boo, doo, 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 doo. You know, I mean, start with the kind of 4 chord switching, like switching every bar, you know, basic kind of bass line. But then just tweak some rhythm, you know. And also, you can reference anything. You know, if a song has a bass line you pick out and you're like, I like that, sit down with it, see what it's doing. You know, and that time you sit down with it and kind of recreate it without even thinking, a lot of times it can work itself into what you make just because you consciously acknowledge it. That's the beauty. Saying a lot of shit, but theory-wise, like Ableton scale mode or whatever scale mode is a good start to start hitting things. You know, watch a few theory videos. They aren't that bad. You know, I always recommend messing around on keys because that's the only reason I understand theory, because you can visualize it. And when you're playing, you can practically present it. Okay, I'm talking about a lot of fucking shit right now. I don't know what happened to my resolve and focus, but in this moment, it is back. And additional detail, like arrangement. So once we make this section all beautiful, B section. Okay? But that's in the future. We cook where we are. We evolve nonstop. Minimal techno thing. Oh shit. I'm not counting. I just wanted to hear the end of that climax. I just love hearing climaxes. I'm that type of dude. I mean, no. Is it too repetitive? I don't know. I fucked with it. I never heard something like this from you. And I'm like, ooh. I was bouncing with it. My head was bobbing, my shoulders just moving. Okay. I mean, knowing what's too boring and knowing what isn't. Reference your minimal techno track. I don't know. That's something I believe in heavily. I'm about to go on another fucking tangent, okay? But, like, too boring is very subjective. So essentially the closest thing to an actual answer, if something is too boring, is just looking at the conventions of the genre. You know? Like, in terms of bass music, okay, this has fucking nothing going on, but it's not bass music, okay? And more or less variation isn't better. You know, in fact, I think with techno, it's important to not have a ton of variation because then it kind of kills like the flow. Like there's this tranciness that just keeps going. Same shit. You're like, oh, start really catching a vibe. You start, oof, okay. A video I'm referencing. Good for everything. No, I mean essentially like if you have any question about a track, like just go to the standard. You know, go to the role model. If you're like, is my kick too loud? Okay, check a track you love. Does it sound like the kick there? Okay, you know. Of course, that's not the only basis of truth, but it's a damn good one if your own answers aren't plug-in. The final moment. And same thing, like if you're dry on ideas, reference steal from track. All right, he got a track, guys. Let's fucking go. No, it's not pay for play. If I ever do that, shoot me dead on the street if you see me. But that being said, visit buntingmusic.com to support. Okay. No, I cut off submissions tonight. But back to business. Reference when you have any questions. Reference for inspiration, you know, like. Because, like, to the dubstep producer brain, like, if you're making techno, it's going to be fucking, like, boring variation-wise. But then the problem is you hear people, like, they try, it's the whole bit, people on Twitter, they're like, dubstep producer tries to make DMB. And it's just, it sounds like dubstep DMB, you know, because they're thinking with a dubstep brain, okay? They don't have the DMB brain. You know, they're going to do things like the sound design's going to be too rough. And, like, the mix going to be too bright. And there's going to be too much variation because dubstep producers have a low attention span. Naturally, they should do, like, a survey on, like, mental illnesses, like ADHD. Among different genres. No, you know what I mean, but that's an example. You know, like, if you don't understand the conventions of the genre, like, you're not going to hit that audience. You know? And I mean, that brings into question, is your goal ultimately to hit that audience? Okay, but that's when it gets weird and you have your own answer for what you want from music, okay? A lot of times, we don't even ask, okay? They got the attention span. And also, it's the fact, like, if there was a dubstep bass playing for, like, 4 minutes straight and it was just fucking screeching, like, you'd be dead. You'd be lying dead. I've seen it happen. No. But, like, that gets old. That gets grating. You know, like, things can repeat more when they're chiller. You know, it's not demanding as much attention. It's not demanding as much energy. You know? Same thing with, like, lo-fi hip-hop. Like, you can listen to, like, a lo-fi hip-hop mix, like, for fucking eternity. And a lot of people do. I've done that. And I love doing it. Okay? But, like, I don't know. You can't listen to a heavy metal mix for as long. Okay? And, of course, somebody's going to be like, well, actually, I'm a bit of a contrarian. I listen to harsh noise for 12 hours daily. But I think that shows part of the inner workings behind, like, why certain genres can get away with repetition. Okay, and then also the trancey aspect. But now I'm just getting real fucking analytical. I'm not in my feedback mind right now. I'm just in my mind. Okay? Which hopefully there's something to pick from there. But how can you start to mix this? Weird, like, kick sub shit going on. Look at that. That's key. A lot of people tell you, like, that's first before everything else. And I mean, generally I do too, because in my mixing videos, look at the kick sub level. But there's this weird, like, lump when the kick hits. I would say more like, no, it is minimal tech. So I don't know shit about this. Like, ear candies or whatever. See, and that's the thing. I can't really speak on it in some ways. I'm not as qualified to speak on it as if you submitted this to a minimal techno feedback. Okay. I'm just getting way too meta about fucking everything. Sidechain. They sound a bit bright, a bit stereo. Yeah. And the thing is, like, even though it's minimal, like, I would still say look for points to create tension. And you kind of do that here. You kind of do that in the break here. You know, with sparse elements. You know, but in terms of minimality, like, you want to make sure that main loop is just fucking crack. Okay? Like, I can give you, like, I don't know, Like repetitive music has to have like an addictive quality to it, okay? You know, you're not gonna ask me like, bro, like give me another green bean, bro. You're gonna ask for more Doritos, okay? So in that one chip, in that one loop of the song, it better just be absolutely enlightening. Just the groove, just so fucking potent right there. The sound selection just like perfect, just like ASMR levels of tingles going on. Okay? I want that bass sound to just feel right. I feel like everything's right in the world. Okay. A lot of thoughts. Okay. A lot of distractions too. But I think I hit every bass that needs to be hit. The thing is, the basses never end, okay? Sometimes you gotta put your foot down. I agree.
I felt something open up in the center of my head like
4
a
minutes
flower.
sustained bass.
And I was only barely even aware of the concepts of chakras and lotus flowers and these types of things. But it opened up, and I began to have a spontaneous awareness of non-physical world's realities, beings around us. For that particular evening, I began to perceive all these things. It was very significant for me. And then when the morning came, I realized this was going to change my life, and I needed to make sense of what my experiences were. So then I began to go out and really devote my time and energy to examining these deeper teachings about who we are, why we're here, and what is this whole matrix that we're living in.
I like this. I would consider him to be in his bag for this. Like it's just it's what's advertised. It's hashtag 140. And the pattern and the kind of tone on the sub, it gives me like the actual dub vibes are almost like reggae. I don't know, maybe it's because he's like heavy on that second harmonic, gives it that like almost bass guitar tone. I don't know. Like it's just clean. I like the sample too. Like I feel like you really hit like a bass line that just like flows. It like takes you with it. It takes you down with it. And the atmosphere is like kind of adds to the journey, or like I don't know, like I speak about like the trancey aspect, right? Like I think like there's a lot of electronic genres which are like I said, more repetitive, and they kind of lend themselves to like that feel. Like it's just repeating, but a lot of time I think it's the role of these like atmospheric elements to like bring the different feels, bring the different vibes, like make it more of a journey, even though like that bass line, that same bass line is going to be holding you down the whole time. And I think bass line good, and I also like how the atmospheres feel. I almost just wish they were more forward. Like I love a fat bass, but I want the sensation of like the atmosphere is just like engulfing me. I want to feel fully immersed. He feels it. I like these little mid bass riffs too. I don't know. Like this one's just clean. Like I can't point to one thing that like pushed it to like, okay, like I don't know, to like, yeah, like this is it. But it sounds like it should. Anything like maybe percussion, a little scratchy, a little scritchy, compared to at least the snare level hats. I think I said it though. In terms of mix, I think arrangement feels fine. I don't have a ton to flame, but we cook. We cook.
I'ma bust it, I'ma hit, I'ma have to bust the clip. I'ma bust it, I'ma hit, I'ma have to bust the clip. I'ma bust it, I'ma hit, I'ma have to bust the clip. I'ma bust it, I'ma hit, I'ma have to bust the clip. I'ma bust it, I'ma bust it, I'ma bust it. I'ma bust it, 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 bust. I'ma have to bust the clip. I'ma bust it. I'ma have to bust a I'ma bust it, I'ma hit, I'ma have to bust a clip. I'ma bust it, I'ma hit, I'ma have to bust a clip. I'ma bust it, I'ma hit, I'ma have to bust a clip. I'ma bust it, I'ma hit, I'ma have to bust a clip. I'ma bust it, I'ma bust it, I'ma bust it. I'ma bust it, 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 bust. I'ma have to bust it. I'ma bust it. I'ma hit. I'ma bust it. I'ma have to bust a click. I'ma bust it. I'ma hit. Bust it. I'ma have to bust a click.
I like this. It's fun. Okay? It's fucking fun. Drop is too short. I don't know. I mean, it's a quick track, but it's right to the point, I feel. This is the opposite of repetitiveness we were talking about.
I'ma bust it, bust it, bust it, bust it, bust it. I'ma hit. I'ma bust it.
If you're trying to add more variation,
I'ma bust it. I'ma hit.
I feel like on some of these kind of calls where the vocal or the kind of fills kick in, kind of cutting off the phrase a little early, like before the one or like in the fill space, so it just kind of feels weird.
Bust it. I'ma have to bust it.
Yeah, but if you're trying to extend the drops, I would say vary the sound. You know, you go and you just switch the sound. So you go, you know, kind of like raise the octave type feeling, switch the harmonic type feeling. That's the real. That's what I first grabbed for variation. You can also just kind of give it a new flow. Or I wouldn't write a completely new flow, just, write a variation, you know? Okay, here's my piano time. All right, piano time. I'm so glad you asked for it. But like write a variation. Like, how do you write a variation? By writing a variation. Because I can, let's say this is my rhythm. Okay. Okay, I'm gonna keep the main pulse. Kind of divide it. Okay. Can I even do that? Just adding a triplet. New rhythm, but it's the same main pulse. Kind of messing with the middle more. But it opens and closes the same way. Repeating that first half of the phrase before resolving. Then you could try and change the harmonic. Like in terms of bass, that's what you can mess with. The harmonic kind of flow, right? Also in bass, you can kind of tweak some notes. So if I was doing it melodic, that. Just one note. That doesn't convey the point well. But if you're just going, add a note. You know? So like in your rhythmic flutters, you can add kind of passing notes. But key to variation is knowing where the main bones lie, or at least feeling, rhythmically, note wise, where things sit. Then add things on top of that. You know what I'm saying? Good. There is my variation lesson. Visit buntingmusic.com. Visit buntingmusic.com. Okay, and also intro some elements like impact, bass. Phil.
I'ma bust, I'ma hit, I'ma have to bust the clip. I'ma bust, I'ma hit, I'ma have to bust the clip. I'ma bust, I'ma hit, I'ma have to bust the clip. I'ma bust, I'ma hit, I'ma have to bust the clip. I'ma bust, I'ma bust, I'ma bust.
Riser.
Bust it, bust.
Riser earlier, like, I don't know. I'm just throwing shit out there. Saucy Wizard. I don't know if I've ever seen you here, but this art, I fuck with the vision heavily, in fact. Oh, damn. He's doing it with his feet, too. What a beast. Okay, lizard. Kind of crispy on the sound design. And they're kind of popping on the mix as well. Your question, though, does this sound like something that would make you want to groove if you heard it live? I don't know. Like, what struck me was the sound design. Like, it was fat. Nice little riff. Loud in the mix. There are things I like, but I don't know. Subjective, but I wasn't like, there's some tracks that come on and I'm like, oh shit. Like, I'm like bobbing with no question. This one, I think what would make me bob and groove more, something really small and maybe weird of me, but just if the hats were not like 16ths or just like eighths, right? So just or maybe you can have the faster hat layers, but I feel like I'm really looking for that pulse feel. Another thing, like, I feel like, for me at least, the kicks are leaving a lot up in the air. You know, it's only really hitting that downbeat, kind of playing it on the way back. Boom, cat. Boom, boom, cat. Boom, boom. You know, if it was boom, cat, boom, boom, cat. You know, that's a little less straight. That's a little more like ooh, ooh. You know, like, or I was just imagining boo, cat, boo, cat. You know, just something with kick in the middle of the beat rather than waiting so long for the downbeat. You know, but subjective. Okay, it sounds like this feels intentional, especially if you're asking about groove. But those are mine. Swing. Right, side chain too. Fitting. Fitting. Bass and drums balance. I feel like I want a meatier snare. For the meat of the basses, the snare is lacking salami. Okay. The bass noise in the last section have too much high end, or is it crispy like a tender? Right, we're just on the food metaphor of the parent. That'd be nice. I fuck with a bit of room reverberation. I don't think it has too much high end. Maybe like a little more mid range, like, or like low mids, like, I don't know, like 500, 600, 700, that kind of sweepy, some weird way. But I don't know, like, this doesn't give me tender vibe. Like, it's not shrill, but I wouldn't call it crispy like a tender. Like, maybe this is like, this gives me like, it's like a cool, like, shrill, or not shrill, but like more synthetic sound than tender. Right? A tender would be like a little warmer, a little mid range. This is giving me like icebreakers, but the ones that are like icebreaker duo. They like got that fruit on it, okay? But they cool and sharp, okay? Yeah. All right, Rampant. What's he got? It's hard. That was fucking fire. Like, I went for minimal dubstep, but is it too minimal? No, when I heard this, I wasn't like minimal. Alright, you know? What gives me a lot of the interest, like, this sound is clean as fuck. Like, why aren't y'all making more sounds like this? I mean, with the little melodic fill too. Oh my god. Yeah, but I like the rolling sub. I like the sound design. Little melodic fill. Drum mix clean. Percussion clear. Flow kinda suggestions how to change the main wub. I'm just gonna give the same suggestion every time. Just like change the harmonic. Change the filter amount. Tweak the FM amount. Change the LFO a bit. You know, you can even just like take that main wub, make it pluck, or make it kind of slow in the attack. You know. Okay, my fault. Anything else? I don't know. I mentioned the flow. Kind of interesting. It's like, but that. It almost gives me a rhythm you'd more hear on a percussion. Or it's like almost like a fill. You know, I imagine a drum fill. What is that? Like that slow kind of triplet feel? And I think the kind of extra sounds I mentioned, like little plucks, little alternate wubs. You can go boom, 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 boom. You know, like I don't know, just little kind of tinier accents. I feel like can make this flow feel a little less like bassy, because what it is like the wub is heavy. Okay, the heavy wub. I would call it more or less. I don't. Heavy's not perfect. Like got that wonk, the heavy wonker. But the rhythm it's hitting is sitting very above the beat. But you know. And honestly, when it comes to like a heavier kind of sound like that, I think like the closer to quarter notes, the better. No, that's a very stark statement, but you get what I mean. And that's part of why I feel iffy about the flow. I don't know. Boom, 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 boom. You know, it's kind of like a similar-ish flow I hear in my head, and I think that one, maybe I gravitate towards that one more, maybe because there's more downbeat emphasis. Boom, 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 but but you know, the kind of boom and then turns back, you know. And same thing with kind of like call and response. You can view it through that lens too. If it's just vump, 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 like I don't know where the call is or the response is, you know, vump, bump, bump, bump. All of a sudden it's clear the middle, bump, bump is a call, bump is the response. Okay, this is the musical mind in motion. Yes, okay, I think that's enough. Too sample loopy. No, in fact, I love it. Okay. All right, Ward. It's not new. I just started putting it in a bun, you know, switch up the flow a little. Okay, some variation, if you will. All right. You got little Snoop Dogg in here? That's pretty fun.
Oh, yeah! Welcome to the Maltar Show!
Thank you very much, Maltar.
Thank you very much, Tom York, for sitting next to the man of the century! Oh, yeah!
You're very self-assured. You're very much alone as well.
You are very, very interesting and very, very perceptive. So interesting and so perceptive that I think we will now fight with knives. Yeah, to the death! Tom asked me if he could see my knife, and Tom's doing a song about a knife, and he wanted to see what one looked like. Isn't that right, Tom?
Is that right?
No.
Because it sounds like a good idea. So do it.
No.
Then I'll do it. I run a gun. I'm a gun. I'm a gun. I'm a gun. I'm a gun.
Do you think those intelligence drugs?
I don't need intelligent drugs, Tom, because I don't know what they are. But I will put anything into my mouth that is given to me, whether it's supposed to go there or not.
Your wife's on your phone.
Your wife?
I don't have a wife.
She says she's your wife.
Look, listen, everybody, please, listen to me. I have a hit song about a knife, and yes, I'm married. And that is why I want you right now.
Hey, honey, how are you?
You like sulfur?
Sulfur. Sulfur's my favorite food, honey. You know that.
Can I sing a nice song?
Not now, honey, please. I'm right in the middle of a giant space war.
All right. 2023 energy right here. No, I fuck with it. I've definitely made shit like with unhinged arrangements like this. But I haven't seen you in a minute, but the arrangement is unhinged, but showing a lot more order and just like cleanness than I'm used to seeing. Rick and Morty and music fun. A minute more or so. I don't know. I mean, I would bring some shit really novel. Because the punchline has, for the most part, we had this melodic bit in the beginning. It's just like gabber kicks and all that shit. I don't know why it just occurred to me. Like, this is just the project. It's cool. You can really see inside the mind. But I want a new punchline. Like, or I'm imagining if we're on like the fuck like gabber wave, like you just hit them with the drop that's just like extra tone or whatever. Just like the kicks spam so hard they just become I don't know. Surprisingly, I've heard more tiring compositions. I wouldn't call it tiring. Like, I think it got like the fun, unhinged energy across to the point I was like, I was finger gunning when the kicks did come in. But sometimes I wish I could finger gun a little longer. Okay, because something I like to do. Put that on my resume. Employers do not like that. That's why I'm on YouTube. Okay. Take away more high contrast sections. I mean, like, high contrast is the wave, but in a sense, like, make it almost more high contrast. Like, just fucking variation. Like, add just like a chill ass elevator music section. Okay. And you're saying like lo-fi dub trance. Where's the lo-fi? Where's the lo-fi? Where's like the deep dubby part? I just want a tour around the musical world of your mind. Okay. I don't know. Maybe a different vision than what's going on, but lean into the madness. But under all circumstances, do not tip over the edge. Unless we have to remove your OTT privilege. No, that's a human right. I'm in no place to do that. A good system on Friday. Alright, more sub. Yeah, track description fire. No, this is one of the cleaner mixes I've heard from you.
Do you think there's intelligence?
I don't need intelligent drugs, Tom.
Honestly impressed by this. It's just like, I really like how this is. But then this one, it kind of loses that like sub girth.
But I will put anything.
So if anything, make sure the sub kind of consistent. You know, like I can deal with some fuckery on the high end, hard F for some reason. But the function's not moving without that clean sub. Or if you're going to have the sub be fucked or a little lower, make it all intentional. You know, that's the key here. Intentional. Okay. And even like on this part, I feel like this part won't have like the intense as hype effect if the sub isn't fucking for lack of better words. Samotech, I've been just so swell now that you're here. He wanted to go minimal, but he feels like something is missing. What would you advise to add a change? He loves pauses, but has he gone too far this time? Also, reverb snare. I don't know, let's hear it. Oh shit. You can also like mega compress the sub, but it's preferred to like go through the patches. Watch your spectrum. He's done it again. Can he ever miss? At this point, I'm not fucking sure. The first thing that comes to my mind, though, is like, I'm not sure. Call me hater. I'm not sure if I fuck with, like, stripping everything back. You know, I'm down for that on the weekends. Moderation. But here, I just feel too naked. Or I would almost take it better. Like, I just love the groove in this first section. But when the second section comes and it's more or less repeated, just with less groove, it doesn't feel like fresh. It feels like there's something missing. Whereas maybe if you fuck the sound design for that section, then it would have been like, oh, it's that new shit and I'm about to fuck with you with it. You know what I mean? Rather than just same sound, same kind of riff repeated without the rhythm, it makes it clear. It's like, I spy, like, what's missing here? The rhythm. Okay, what happened? I don't know. Not the best articulation. But I just imagine if you pull out a stank sound there, it would make the rhythmic void feel weighty as fuck. You can submit whips, small sections, submit whatever. Just read the pins under 3 minutes. Ask questions. Preferably plan to release. Beyond that, it can be a whip. It can even be like, it can be all types. And Moo Muse. He's saying like subtle background melody. I can almost imagine that in this section. So if you just said dun, 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 dun. No, I actually love the idea of that melody. Just to jack myself off for a minute. My fault. That, and it's not quite as like grabbing as like a hat for that. But at the same time, it's still hitting those quarter notes in this like spacey section. Which is nice to have. And the pauses, I do like how they feel here. You're one of the few dudes in here. I give the pause pass. No, I respect Mew Muse. He's got good takes in this chat, okay? Round up the good takes. Yeah. Sounds clean, mix clean, arrangement clean, bit questionable. Not like a bit questionable, like this bit is questionable. Okay, they different. Okay. Anything else? Thank you. Sauce buffet is absolutely the phrase to describe this. My shit is blown away right now. Like, I don't know if I've seen you here before, but I hope I see you again. Like, just the fucking riffs and sound design are just mean. Like, it speaks for itself. I don't know what to say. I like the title of the 4523 banger set idea. Nausea battle mix 1. It is a banger set idea. I'll give you that. That's the link. No, I don't know what else to say. I'm blown away. Blown away. Cheers. Cheers indeed. Okay. You want to know how to get the mix clean though? All right, let me go down my list of production buzzwords. OTT, saturation, EQ. Okay. Let's get them all equipped. I think what's going on, Kick is sounding mean, but he's a little too impolite right now. Teach him some manners, bring him down a little. Watch the side chain. Same with the snare, kind of. And translating better on other speakers. I feel like sub kind of weird. A big issue here right now. You're hitting B on the sub. King, we cannot do that. We cannot do that. Like, that by default is going to eliminate the possibility that sub playing on a lot of speakers, especially if it's that low B. If it's a high B, then it's not very subby. It's kind of MIDI, so watch out for the B. Especially if that's your lowest note and that's where you're really hitting the response, you know? If you're just passing off that note, you can get away with it more times, I would think. But if you're really trying to lay it down like, oh, fucking, oof, I don't know. So transposing it could help a lot of that. What I say is F is kind of the sweet spot for sub. You see a ton of bass music tracks in like F, E, F sharp. I feel like if you literally like go to Beatport, you can probably statistically prove this. I will not do that though, okay? But there's a reason for that. Those notes just come through strong. That harmonics on the sub. Also, I just feel like proportionate to like how mean the kick is hitting and that the sub is pretty forward, I feel like the basses aren't quite shining up front. So kick down, watch the sub pitch, and get those basses up. Okay, and in terms of variation, also one note, like this arrangement is fucking fire. Like reverbed out, playing that riff, hard vocal, from the fuck up. Beat is right. I was tickled by this like rising line. It's really boom, dun, 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 dun. It's like almost like octave walking up, like a walking bass line. Boom, 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 boom. That's not something I hear often, so I was tickled by that. Also, the way it kind of hits it harmonically made it had this cool resolve. Long story short, I was happy with the amount of variation in the second drop. Always typical stuff. Switch the sound up. You know, I think I like the way you switch the riff up. And also, it's so quick. I'm like, just bring that drop back, bro. You know, it's like at this point, it's so quick. You're like, all right, you just wheeled it back. The drop was hard. Just run that one more fucking time. Like, and I'm not complaining because cooking like this, you get to hit something twice, you know. Oh no. Vagabond. Vagabond. Bad. Alright. I'll stop trying to pronounce words. Your track is fucked up. Make sure you hit the share link. And post that over here. Right. No, Vic the Brick. What? Your track is also fucked up. Sale A. If you're here, just repost it. No, but Vic the Brick. Your shit sounds really fucking good. Okay, I gave you a like. I don't give out my likes like that, okay? And a follow, of course. I'm looking forward. See what you're cooking. Crack. That's it, that's you.
Check.
Fix the track. We need it.
Check, check.
Your question, does the track flow, call and response, and structure? Like the kind of kick pattern, it's boom, ba boom, ba boom, ba boom, booga boo booga 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 boom, ba boom, boom boom. Like it's kind of like a pausey feel on that calls kick pattern. I feel like you can lean into that, but you have some kind of hitting that downbeat feel. Then others kind of just like ignore it, you know, and it makes it sound like, I don't know. Kick pattern to begin with is a little weird. But the way the basses move around it, it's like they're not acknowledging that heavy kick type of movement. Synth cat sound. We have some woodblock haters. I don't hate it, but I can see might bother some people. No, I like the rhythms on. I don't know. Layers make it feel a little crowded. Like, I feel like I want like a little more space, a little more fill moments between like call and response and like phrase beginning and end. You know, boom, 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 ga, boom, da, 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 boom, 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 ga, boom. Like, you can almost like pause it, just like ba, da, 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 ba, da, da, da. You know, like, I don't know. I don't know. I kind of agree. I feel like there's something in this kind of off, different kind of kick pattern. I feel like some mid basses are kind of low. Bring the mid basses up. That seems to be a theme for some reason. Yeah, and like this one's come off a lot wider than and I don't know, this isn't one of my favorites. It sounds like wet, but also like clippy and also low volume at the same time. And like wet and clippy don't mix, okay? I don't know. Bring them up. Has a low cut a lot of the wub for its fit okay in the mix. I mean, that's what you gotta do. Yeah, I don't think that's gonna make or break sound. But there it is. That's where I stand. Now to the Moo Muse. Say lay. Nice already. Wow, wholesome, wholesome. I'm happy to hear weird future bass vibes. Even if they don't mesh, okay? They mesh in my heart. And any semblance of music theory on the stream, my heart awakens with light and joy. Especially when you're hitting that 4/5. I try not to use poppy type progressions, but that one just feels so fucking good. Okay. Apologies for the fact. No, like it sounds perfect. Like it sounds future bass, and I feel like it can sit alongside other future bass tracks. I think that's a good metric. And kind of back to the referencing point. You know, you want something to be able to stand its own against its more or less competitor or alternatives, depending on how you view things. Bro, this rat keeps coming back for more corn chips. Hungry ass rat, bro. Fuck Spoon. Types fuck Spoon in chat. You love dubstep. No. Mixed stuff. I love it. I love that little side chain pump kick. I mean, like saw hit. I don't know. I'm picky fuck about that stuff. Loud. Get like slightly stereo panned. I think I want just these leads in general, like sitting more brightly. This just came to my mind now. Late fresh air. That's pretty effective. Just getting that extra bit of brightness. And like in terms of the amount of layers, it's kind of dense. Like there's a lot of different kind of lead melodies trying to do things to me. It's a little crowded in here. So push those leads up. Create a clear kind of, make them clear. Priority between different leads. Also watching the arrangement, even though there's a lot of cool parts and I do like it, just generally like my rule of thumb is leave something simpler and something's more complex. Something can be really singing, really interesting in the rhythms and the jumps and leaps it's doing. But if you have extra melodic elements, maybe you just want them doing quarter note, arpeggio. You know what I mean? And so on and so forth. Missing any element? I don't know if it's missing anything. I feel like this vocal, I want it feeling like airier. It feels kind of MIDI to me. A little loud, a little MIDI, I guess. Not quite sitting in my humble opinion. I need to replace him. I mean, unless that was your plan. For the fuck it. I don't know, low key, I feel like I want like the solid breaker. On this drop, I'm like noticing kind of getting lost in the. I feel like it's a little like over, kind of flexy, over Philly in places. I like that, but like give it its space. You know, if you're gonna have a crazy like bass moment, maybe strip things back, treat it like a fill. Just some thoughts, okay? Thanks, bro. This rat is insatiable. You want to see this insatiable rat? Let me catch him in the act, actually. Yeah. That little almond in his mouth and everything. Very fucking almond rat. Hungry rat. World's hungriest rat of all time. Okay. I'll leave you to your almond, though. I'll leave you to that. Yes, sir. My past life as a southerner just came out. That phrase. I'll tell him that. Not personal, bro. It's not. I don't know. Alright, cool. Bro, actually, you gotta fuck him. I'm putting my foot down. It's down. You can't see it, though. Because his ass is too fucking hungry. He got food. Okay. This track, though. What is it giving me? For the most part, it's giving me like acapella and 4 on the floor kicks. Disclaimer, I am a hater. That being said, fuck you. Oh, but like, where's the bass line? Where's that extra percussion sauce to make it like a kind of housey loop that stands out? Fuck you. With the snowboard. Or I gotta. Like there are some cool effects in there, but I want these sounds to be absolute ASMR level to my ears. And I really want them to serve the tension. When you have this like, you have like these sirens. Like I would be a little more consistent in their usage because it's just pretty dry most of the time. Like I think you can let that ride for a minute, but you don't. Let's be a harrowing tale, harrowing in the full extent of my haterism. And like the yeet skirt, like layer them, okay? Because or else it's like two different bits. I do like this kind of loop though, but where'd it go? You know, it's like you're not committing to like kind of like arrangement sauce, you know? It's not quite as layered as I feel it should be. And then you bring in some stuff, and then you're like, all right, that was cool. Next thing, you know, like it's like if you were a magician, okay? I don't know how much you know about magicians. You should know very much. I expect you to do your research if you're a Bunting fan. But it's like he's like, all right, guys, cool trick. Oh, holy, okay, next trick. You see it? Oh, you know, like he's just fucking rushing through the tricks. Like he doesn't give you any time to go ooh ah, you know. And it's like to the point like you didn't even see it before moving on to the next thing, and it just gives like this unconfident feel to it. Okay, so like if you're gonna show off your tricks, don't fucking skip over them, you know. Let it repeat a little, you know. It's like you can fool someone with the same trick a few times before they catch on, you know. You don't have to just hit it once and then run because you're like afraid. Okay, that was, if that was the best analogy of the night, tonight's a sad fucking night. But magicians, very cool. See, like, okay, just to not give any fucking feedback yet. Dubstep to metal, like I see the connections and like I hear some metal shit and I'm like, damn, but like I hear the guitars and I'm like, I wish they were like OTT'd and clean like dubstep basses. It's almost like the mix and that shit that gets me. I've mentioned this before. Okay. He's talking about mix, flow, mid bass, and sound design. I don't know. Like, I'm still gonna get on you for the mix. Like, low key, I'm gonna tell you. I'm gonna command you to. Alright, joking. Go into exile. And lock yourself in that damn stew until you come out with, like, the loud mix without the fucking crispy bits. Like, it's like, okay, we want some crispness. You know, marshmallow over the campfire. You catch it on fire for a second, you blow it out, okay? You get the crispy skin and it's nice on the inside, okay? Or you're just like a golden brown type of guy. You know, but like right now it's leaning a little on the burnt side. Like you lit it on fire and you got kind of distracted by the fact it was looking kind of cool. You were waving it around for a minute and now your marshmallow is ruined. It's too fucking crispy, okay? So like I need just a sear or like a golden brown, you know? But right now, it's a little burnt, okay? So lock yourself on that stew until I get the perfect marshmallow of a mix, okay? Because, like, it's the same kind of issue. Like, maybe part of it's SoundCloud. Maybe part of it's, like, you have a vision that just is crunchy. You know, but I feel the same issue. I'm always commenting. Like the mix, like is a little too crunch, and I stand by that. See, that one was better than the magician one. Okay, maybe not as potent of a message, but in terms of wording, okay. Another thing is like I feel like the intro isn't bad. One of the better intros we have swinging around, but it wasn't engaging me. Like it was kind of thing like when the buildup happened and it's about to drop, I'm like, okay, now, you know. But I feel like we can create some real emotional weight in the intro. I think right now it's a little dense on the layers, you know. Meanwhile, I just want one element that just fucking sinks to the deepest recess in your soul and shows you too hold darkness within. I'm not. I'm a golden brown guy. Okay, I just roast it. I gently turn it. Right? What does this say about my character? Okay, but just like every time I roast marshmallows, everyone's like, "Ah, man, what are you doing, bro? You gotta like burn it, then like get it out real quick. Like that's what everyone does." You know? So it's really just a lesson in never be yourself around these MFs, okay? You're getting the golden brown, they say, why are you not burning? Okay? I don't want to fucking burn. Okay? And also, like, I don't know, this bell melody, it gives it like a little bit of like facetious, spooky vibes rather than something that's real raw. I want it fucking raw, bro. I don't know, melody's great. You go into this like the sixth, just took it to the fifth. I don't know, it's a little this on the sixth. Maybe if you resolve it down to the fifth, fix that. Wouldn't be where we are. Also, where's the big siren basses? Okay, everyone knows like the sustain shit is in right now. Okay, am I right, guys? Boo, boo. The stain shit is in. Any flow stuff? I don't know. They're chugging like they should. Mid bass. A little crispy. Always shift the performance lower. At any fucking cost. Always. Hits literally every 2 seconds. It's too fucking good, bro. Like, this is the type of tune that makes giving constructive feedback hard, because like, what am I? What do I have to say, bro? So, but like in this first drop, like every fucking like moment, they're just like a new crazy ass sound, like little line, little like praise tease bit. I'm like, ooh, 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 like just activates my brain every time. That just main riff, boom, boom, a lot involved. Like it strikes that perfect balance between like that heaviness, like that ooh, and like that with the beautiful shit. The ooh and okay. I don't know. Fill the space. I don't know. Something I kind of stumble on. well, is a lot of times I do these like really calm responsey, like 1-1-1-1, you know, like arrangement. And I like those. I like those a lot. I like those too much. But something that occurred to me is like, just, I don't know. It has its place, you know? So something I've been trying to do more is still like keep it nice and phrased, but just have layers that persist. You know, so instead of everything just like sparkly thing, like wub arp, you know, just have like an arp that is consistent. Or like maybe some like pad chords on it, you know. You know, but definitely keep these like dry kind of like throwing you around arrangement sections, because I eat that shit up, you know. But experiment with just consistent, like, you know, like I compare it like, I don't know, like resonant language or whatever. Like it's just very like 1-2 arrangement, you know, just like one sound kind of fucking boofing, right? Like I think an example for the alternative is like toe and sound or whatever, which they have their basses going crazy, but they have all these melodics layered at the same time, rather than shoot here and there. You know, and honestly, I prefer the former arrangement, just between the two, because I just like that fullness of the sound. But there's a place, okay? And a time. And a space. In a world. More percussion. No, this part I'm accurate. This one got me thinking. I don't know if I would call anything weak. Even though these are fat, and I think they are fat, just something that comes in my mind, just the way they're mixed doesn't sound as clean as the rest. It sounds like everything else is sitting in this nice mix box. This kind of jumps out of the dynamics a bit. Feel me? Like it's loud, but it sounds like almost out of context in the mix. But maybe that's the effect. It's just like stanky fourth wall breaking. But that's some pickiness. A little piano on that. And same with kind of some sounds like that. I don't know. It's just like that type of sound has just been conditioned to scream Feedback Friday in my mind. Like even bits like this, you can have like turn that kind of main theme into like an ARP, or expand that theme in other ways. Just thinking of next level arrangement shit that I aspire towards. Moody hip hop. How moody we talk? Good evening, sir. Okay. Arrangement. I should specify between arrangement and structure. Sometimes when I say it, I'm also confusing. Wait, am I even like fucking talking to the mic? Oh my god, Cat is up on the chair. I repeat, Cat is on the chair. Say hi, Spud. Hi. Can I touch you? Which way? Arrangement versus structure. I say structure is like the overall left to right, like build up, drop, first chorus of the track. Arrangement, kind of more like up and down, you know, like the layers together. Hi, Spud. Matt says hi. He doesn't speak English. I never taught him. Sorry. But arrangement versus structure. This, like, okay, before anything, let me get my first thoughts off my brain. Like, where's the swing? Like, I feel like this type of beat, that's like where you want that, like Dilla type, like swing, like quantization, or rather non-quantization, or you want to lay down the kind of groove pulls, because like I hear the bones of the beat, it's just not hitting me with the sauce or the meat. Okay. That you can also just like kind of jam things in manually. You don't need a beat pad for it, or like you can just use your keyboard, feel it out. But like unquantized doesn't mean sloppy. You know, like there's proper time and proper swing. Because I had the mistake of being like, all right, like my timing fucking sucks. It adds human feel. No, the fuck it doesn't. It doesn't sound good. Okay. At least that's what I tell myself. Yes, the missions are closed, King. I miss you though. No, Spud actually likes you very much. He's been talking about you all day. He said, meow. For reference, when I say spoon, he goes, okay. I'll be normal. Okay, stop. Stop coming in here. I've got to be normal. Okay, do I have to be normal? Who's all is in here? Okay. I don't have to be that normal. Visit buntingmusic.com. Okay. So rhythmic sauce, arrangement. Bring the volume up. I feel like it's kind of long for a beat. And it's kind of long, like, I don't know. I would look at shit. The thing is, like, drums need sauce. Sample could be chopped, like, a little more, like, I guess, like, creatively. Right now, it's just like, and I want to know, and I want to, you know, like, you know, splice different parts together, like, just create some real shit that, like, tickles your brain and goes, ooh, what's he doing with that sample there, you know? That, and, like, I feel like I'm used to hearing a lot of sampled beats in the context of, like, it's just the sample a lot of the time. But I feel like there's a niche of stuff, I don't have a good fucking example, that's sampled, but they add a lot of shit on top as well. So kind of look towards that, you know? You know, that, or just like a vocalist, you know? But the thing is, like, if it's really like a beat for like a dude, I want to hear this and be like, oh shit, I'm about to spit bars. Yeah. And I want to know, are we trying to make this go? I ain't looking for another hoe. Oh, I'm done. But he's just getting started. Okay. Anything else I have to say? Keep the elements very rhythmic. I tell that for beats. Blocks are a little dry. Very slight reverb, very slight delay, very slight chorus, all very slight. In vocal doubling. Saturation. All right. What are y'all saying? What could kill Bunting? Right. Okay. Well, he's gone, so not any fucking more. Okay. Watch. He's behind me. He's playing with his toys and shit on the bed. There he is. He got toys. Okay, he looks weird. Flailing around. He did not get that from me. The gate threshold is a bit high. Like, it's not picking shit up. No, also, like, my mic is pointing down, so I can't really, like, talk into it that well. Hello? It's not about normalcy. It's about actually giving feedback and not being silly. Or if staying on track. Okay. I make a promise. Sure, it might get. I didn't think that would be that notable. Marshmallow analogy. He fucks with the marshmallow. Wait, hold up. Oh, there we go. Spud has an eraser. He loves erasing. Okay. Okay. Improving the intro, the bass, and any general tips. Only have to listen to the first 2 minutes. Now it's too fucking late. I can't read that well. But I was supposed to teach me. I don't know, like, honestly, this main loop is, like, my favorite bit. Like, one thing you could do on these strings. Change the chord. you have that kind of on the thing. You can go G minor, kind of like F major, A bass, B flat major, C minor. Or you can even just go G minor, C minor. Because right now the strings come in and they're just holding out. When I feel like there's some colors on the plucky guy. Do you have a keyboard over here? I do. It just one day I just open OBS and it stopped fucking working. I set it up all nice and beautiful, so I'll just have to fix that. No, I mean you are changing the chords, so what the fuck am I talking about? Still, just to double down. A lot of the voices are staying the same, even though the root's changing. I don't know, just try really pushing, because I like harmony. I like I feel like I like this kind of clacky snare as a layer, but I want something like a little more transient to really define that beat. I don't know. I feel like needs like one more layer. And maybe the arrangement is a hair on the complex side. I say that as it needs one more layer. Or I'm imagining like some type of layer that's just consistent, pulsing through the changes. And the bass too, you're going boom, boom, and then off. You can go boom, dum, 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 boom, dum, 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 boom, do, 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 do. You can do it kind of, you're hitting the 1. Hit a bit of a 4, 5. Create more of a cadence, okay? Because that's what it's satisfying. I really like this vocal. I think changing the bass notes could do a lot. You know, pushing that harmony a bit more. On bass, like a little less sub, maybe a little more harmonics. Like honestly, I'm just feeling something like an 808 here. So saturate it, do the fuck out of it, get some interesting kind of tones out of it. Yeah, put a bit of a, I don't know. Those are my thoughts. They are currently draining from my head as that the 3-hour mark, or rather approach. Laptop on what? Yes, TJ. I will return. Soft to the stone. Okay. He wants mixed tips. Mixed tips. Add side tips. Let me kick out. Actually, never mind. What the fuck am I talking about? I don't know. It's kind of lost here, but it's kind of pumping here. Still bring it up. I can't really hear your hat. Sounds like you made these basses too wide. Watch the Haas effect stuff. Dry wet it. Grease them out. Watch the excess of erosion stuff. I'm tired of the erosion. We got enough with all these the rain induced by this climate change, the heavy winds, the flooding. Entire town swept away. Habitats destroyed. And here you are, sitting at your laptop, adding more erosion. Okay. Rift has been a disaster for bass. No. It's just because, like, they're just this, like, clippy vibe its abuse brings. That just takes... It takes your shit from HD to 720p. And that's not for me. Yeah, and a little heavy on reverb business. And arrangement wise, it's just kind of intro to a long drop. Give us a break. Give us a break. Give us a little more in this intro. Give us a story. Give us more details. More players. More characters. Video game. Screenplay. Song. For. You're exactly fucking right. You took the words from my mind and brought them to this chat. Gran is the reference. I like this. That was pretty gnarly. Any tips for your builds? I mean, do more than low pass. Right now, you just kind of add the layers, no drums, and just open the low pass. Watch the build tutorial. Add risers, white noise, add risers, synth. Use more filters, okay? Maybe low pass only certain elements, don't low pass everything. You can do the kind of exponential drum build type of deal. You can use the bass in a different context, high passed or same melody, different sounds. You know, we got vids for this, bro. And also, here with that pre-drop silence. My taint is not tickled without it. Write that down. Bass good. Let me guess, riff. Yeah, Toybox gassing me up too much with the Graham reference. Because that's really how I fucking feel. No, really though. And I can blame riff. I can blame the fuck out of riff. Because I feel like just everything has become just like distorted noise. More or less. You know, and I fuck with that, but in moderation, in specific ways, okay? This is one of the better. This is one of the better. A little heavy on the noise to this day. And real is a real one because he doesn't believe in this propaganda. This is like tweet material right here. Can we have like no riff July? Because it's too fucking long to wait for November. No, but it's like I'm hearing the noise above the meat. And okay, like I get we like a little bit of seasoning on our steak. But get that pepper off there. Okay, for a very obscure meme reference. All I'm tasting is the salt, bro. Like, I know I'm chewing into some meat, but, like, it's not juicing me. No. I'm being hard on this one. I'm just letting out my rage against, like, what I'll call the riff type beats. But this is definitely one of the better ones. But still heavy on the noise, heavy on the crunch, heavy on the high end. Not chunk in the mids like I crave. Mastering tips, watch the mastering video. Or variation, watch the variation video. Why am I just a hater on this dude? It's okay. It's not you. I'm just letting out all this right now for some reason. I have a variation video. I have a build video. I have a mastering video. I have a bass burst processing video. Okay, that's it. Anything else I have to say? Get money. Variation, switch harmonic. Switch that. Get new basses. Boom, boom, boom. Get new flows. Whoa. Little fills at the end of phrases, like some pulsating rhythms. Okay, kind of dripped here. Can't even lie. Okay. 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 I like it. Okay, I gotta be more conscientious though, because you did not ask any questions. But my 2 ounces of feedback, I like it. Give it a. I actually do like it. Mix feels good. It's not disordered the fuck. Give us a break. Give us a second drop. Like a little sound effect. Be a little more consistent in the phrasing. Well, I like the bones. Extend that shit. Okay, Kenzo, you were one of the less lucky ones because you tracked over 4 minutes and you didn't ask a question. Okay, Wilson, you get the pass. The real Wilson, literally like from, that's crazy. He's got the volleyball in his fucking. Alright, Wilson. Hats are begging to be tripleted. They are on their hands and knees right now. They actually verbalize this to their great communicators. Begging is a strong word, but I can hear triple hats. I really can hear that. I wonder why that is. What's making it kind of want this 6-8? Yeah. I at least want just some more spice in the hats. Just the pace of the drums feels a little slow. Just he punched him in the eye. Yeah, there's more percussion thoughts. I mean, it's just sparse. Like, it's the type of beat, like, I can tell it's not fully arranged, but, like, there's not much to complain about either musically. Like, I feel like it hits the bases, you know? Like, it's structured, drops a little dry. This bass a little questionable processing. Percussion needs additive. I would just say keep layering it. Keep experimenting with it. Drums before the drop a little too loud. Not too loud, but I'll make them more dynamic. Maybe low pass them open to indicate that build more. You could have like a riser here. Hat's definitely loud. Also, like, just the pace, like, find more things to add at these halfway points, you know? Study the structure, low pass things in, hold the drums back a little longer. When it comes to the build, add risers, add drums, building, all that shit. You know, get a few more melodic layers to add in rather than just drums for these bits. I agree. It's kind of high, heavy. It's kind of like peak. Like this chime. A little loud, a little sparkly for the vibe. Maybe like stretch it, pitch it down, fuck it up to get dark. Unexpected drop, bigger build. I feel like you should increase sidechain compression, but keep the envelope tight, short. Okay, is that all I have to say? Reference structure, intro, build, drop business, and the arrangement layers, kind of layers they're using. Guys, I think the musical bones are showing potential, but I want you glowing up. Other rappers say I don't flow enough. But they're fucking lying to you. Okay. Get a professional sound out of this. That covers everyone though. Thanks for sticking around. Thanks for hanging out. Thank you, Chase Wilson. Fly clip tomorrow. I'll let you know. Let's see how this shit go. Thank you for chilling. I appreciate having an audience. Is my tangents slightly more merit, okay? And it means a lot to know that the musical mind can be put to practical use, okay? And it warms my heart just seeing y'all keep coming back, always improving, you know, because music is fucking life, bro. And my mindset, like, if you create something today, like, it's a good day, okay? Create a lot of things in life, that's a good life, okay? So Write something every fucking day. Don't get too sappy about it, bro. If you want to support me and give me your hard-earned money, visit buntingmusic.com. Get a one-on-one lesson with me. Get a piano chord. You're right. Piano on the way out. I thought you'd never.